Ryzing Star Cup, of course, powered by AMD. We go into the final four. It's the Vice World Champion, Happy. This man needs no introduction. He's up against the Canadian orc, KiWiKaKi. And man, that dude just brought us the most possible joy in the quarterfinal against Death Note. 2-1, completely crazy. What does he have in store against Undead and especially against Happy? That's the question here. Players are ready. We are ready. Without further ado, we go onto Concealed Hill. We ended the last series there, and we start this series here. Who will be the first finalist of the Ryzing Star Cups?
Yeah, one of these two. Happy, no surprise to see him here. But KiWiKaKi, what a tremendous surprise. And how awesome as well in what fashion he's doing this. With his own little build, with his own strategy. This is, after all, a strategy game, guys. Normally, you're supposed to build your own strategy and play it well and get the victory. For the most part, though, there normally seems to be a perfect strategy that you, for the, most of the time kind of want to go for. But Kiwi defies the norm, defies the meta. And like, what other tournament could bring us discoveries like this? That's why it's so important to have these open weekly tournaments. KiWiKaKi, such a discovery. Now, already what he did today was outstanding. But if he takes out Happy now, like this is the actual big time test. Like, yeah, you took out some good players. Yeah, it was your own strategy. But if it works against Happy, it can work against everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Happy, the anomaly in Undead play. The best micro in the world. Back-to-back WGL finals, only losing to orcs in offline events. That was the case against Fly 100%. That was the case against Lin at WGL. That is what he says, his weakest matchup. And he has to play a guy who is not playing like anyone else. No War Mill this time, no Barracks, no Shop, Farseer, Fast Tech again.
Yeah, so Happy saw the way that Kiwi played against Human. Did he also see his game against Side? He didn't, right? There he was still playing his own game. So, what Happy must expect is unusual play. Acolyte Scout early, sees the Fast Tech right away, and sees the War Mill instantly. So Happy must now realize, okay, you are very fond of Headhunters. And I'm very interested to see here how Happy reacts. Is he just gonna go for the standard Fiend play into tier 3 triple hero statues? Or is he gonna play something else?
Good question, man. Can he dodge the Farseer harass early on? I mean, this map, this matchup, this Undead player, do I have to say more than Pit Lord wrecking Headhunters?
Yeah, that was 2 WGLs ago against Focus, which was insane DPS there with the cleave. Seemingly by himself taking out the Headhunters. If you go down that route though, there's going to be no answer to the TC to prevent stomps, and this is most certainly going to be a TC second. This build seems very strong when it gets to its stage, but it also seems to take a long time to come online. You need tier 3, you need master training for the Shaman, you need decent levels. Happy perhaps is going to look for early punish against that. I like the creep here by KiWiKaKi. Yeah. Exactly the same as it was against Side. He knows where Happy wants to go for Camp 2 for the level up, so he takes that away from the DK, so he doesn't get the early aura.
True that. Close to level 2 he is, but not getting the aura just yet. Additional damage for the Farseer. Can't allow a wolf kill. Maybe it's forced into a resummon. Oh, so close! If he denies that wolf, that denies level 2. Was a little too greedy with his mana here.
I think he was on cooldown still.
Ah, okay, yeah, that might be the case.
Otherwise, he most likely would have resummoned. Happy now, gonna go out further on the map towards the green camp, perhaps. Wait a minute. Grunts?
Okay.
What?
War Mill and
Why?
Grunts.
Why is he switching it up now?
I don't know.
Is he just trying to put Happy on the wrong track? Did he want to make Happy expect Headhunters and then goes for the curveball grunt? But The Acolyte has seen this very quickly now.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah. This Acolyte got a lot of information, by the way. Seeing the Beastery as well. It's grunts and upgrades. So there's no real reason except mass lumber for the War Mill at the moment.
There's not even a second hero coming.
Yeah.
Mass grunts without TC.
That
I mean, there must be a second hero sooner or later.
Player's forces are
You
under
can't
attack.
play just basically pure melee. At the moment, there's woofies and grunts. That's only melee.
Yeah.
Farseer, okay. But that doesn't really constitute for a ranged army.
Happy's doing the turtle spot here. Still no second hero. Still just grunts. Is it like a pillage play with radar and grunts and base lane?
Yeah, looks to be the case. Here come the raiders.
Alright.
I don't think that style works against Happy.
No, me neither. Also, a TC would be really good with that.
Player's forces are under attack.
Maybe Kiwi thinks, okay, if I go into my headhunter play, I'm gonna have my army, you're gonna have your army, and it's gonna be a micro battle. And maybe that's not what I want to play against Lucky Future's Happy. So maybe for that reason he's going for the base race lame instead.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Slaughterhouse Lich. Happy is not going far away from the norm.
Okay, Shadowhunter second, now finally coming.
Okay.
Yep, this is gonna be all lame. All lame. Lame, run by.
I mean, this is
Expansion on the
how
other side of the map.
Infi defeated Happy with Zeppelins and all. Definitely doable on CH.
I think it was with a TC though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But maybe if enough time is bought, tier 3 can be acquired and then TC third. Could be a thing, maybe. Happy patiently going for the Overlord. He must know there's an expansion on the way. Or will be expansion on the way. Item, Hood of Cunning. Is alright for the Lich, but it's not one of the big ones.
Oh,
no!
on the fuss here. Out of nowhere.
Oh man, that was almost in kill range. Jesus Christ.
So yeah,
Well, that means no Frost Armor. Lich is level 1.
yeah. Against mass melee.
This is not quite the cancel yet. There's no expansion coming up yet.
Didn't see it.
I like the Fiends being kept in the back, so they can't get ensnared too easily. Oh, there's one ensnare though. And there's another ensnare ready.
Coil was used, so he gets a Fiend kill with this
Oh.
fast here. Is this? Yep. Dead. So dead. Just running into the nuke. Yes, he's getting a second Fiend, but the experience goes into... not into Oblivion, there's still a Shadowhunter. But I can just see this hero dying as well. Oh, Surround, actually.
TP Force is going to be a big deal. But the Woofy is expiring.
Blocks it with the grunt, with the Raider, but there's another opening. Can he do it again? Needs to wait for the cooldown, but the Shadowhunter's in trouble. Has to go for the heal wave. No hex with that, of course. Aiming for the second, but there's a counter surround.
Big surround.
So good, Happy. Yeah, this Nova paid off. But he lost 2 Fiends.
A bit of a mistake there by Kiwi. Not going for a heal pot, or if he doesn't do that, has to play the Farseer more further back. And only now the expansion is coming up. That is way later than he wanted to. Frenzy Ghouls! Frenzy Ghouls, boys! I've been yelling about it for weeks now. Finally, they're coming.
A player's
And when there's
forces
no
are under
TC
attack.
involved, they're always great.
Yeah, they're so fat. There's no way to get... It's pretty much the exact same scenario when he played the Frenzy Ghouls against Focus. He loses 2 Fiends early on tier 2. He switches to Frenzy Ghouls and they will be so effective.
I think in this game he may have even played it without the loss because there is no TC. Did you guys by happen to be tuned in Lin versus Happy Northern Isles, the Frenzy Ghouls game? I may have kind of lost my mind in that match. And that's what Frenzy Ghouls do. They provide great matches. But to be fair, Kiwi is not looking to be in a very strong position. Sees the undead moving towards the expansion with the sentry, but there's no saving this. He cancels it early, hoping that the peon won't be seen, but the peon will be seen.
Yeah. Ghoul is checking it out. He's quite hungry.
Yeah, Kiwi's army, like, it's bad against ghouls and it's bad against destroyers. And Happy's going into ghouls and destroyers.
Yeah. Perfect counter so far. What can he do? Threaten a TP? Whoa, Serpent Wards. Well, they do good damage against ghouls, I guess. But he needs more Chain Lightning, but there's no mana anymore. The destroyers wreck the grunts, the ghouls wreck the raiders, and Happy pulls them all back, saves the fiend. Perfect fight so far. He's not losing anything, right?
So far, not a single ghoul died.
Wow. The control is outstanding once again.
One ghoul did fall, but it's a pretty good trade here for Happy. I think we can say that much.
Yep. Heroes down to 50%, but there's coils. And the destroyer is just raining in the air. More and more raiders fall. This didn't really work. No, of course, this destroyer gets away as well.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, micro from another universe once again.
Happy lost two ghouls. 2 ghouls. That's it.
Yeah. We all know how squishy ghouls are. Now the TP. Almost with an exit kill. Yeah. Expo.
Holy crap. That was Happy, boys.
Yeah. That was insane.
It was pretty good.
There's no other way to describe it. There's no one who does it better. He's still trying to expand, but at this point it's desperation.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I think, like, Kiwi probably played a similar game like that before against Undead, and then the friendly ghouls run in, and he ensnares a couple, Serpent Wards are there, Chain Lightning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frenzy ghouls die, and suddenly maybe he can snowball.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot against Happy.
Thank you, Mighty Nighty, for the sub. Good mana on the Farseer, 600, but he's not there yet. Happy getting more and more experience off of this map. Thank you, Incinerator, by the way, as well. 21 month. And Busty. But yeah. Next red spot item goes to Happy. This time it's the flute. And of course, more experience. Lich level 4. DK level 4.5. He got so much
intelligence, baby.
And expansion coming.
When there's no Blade Master or Stomp involved, you don't have to go for Death Pact either, so it's level 2 aura. These ghouls are insanely fast. Expansion coming up for Happy. 3 destroyers in the air, for which there's still no counter.
No, also no Bat Riders or anything. Happy would web them down, like most of them anyway. Well, it's only 1 fiend. But yeah, how to stop this man? 3 destroyers, a super lich. Nice Nova as well. Good focus fire, of course. Takes out 2 units at the same time. Chain Lightning is good, but there's just no follow-up. He saves them again.
And here we have all the destroyers. Wolfies won't do much here. Neither will Grunts. Level 5 on the DK. The Ghoul gets away on 3 HP.
In these straight-up fights, it's like 2 levels different.
The next Ghoul gets away on 16 HP.
This is unbelievable. The level
like
of...
he perfectly calculates it all before it even happens.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just... He's Neo. He's dodging all bullets.
Yeah. You know what's pretty good against destroyers? Headhunters. But this game was very different. Yeah, I think Kiwi was like... I think that must have been his mindset. Like, okay, don't go into a straight-up game.
Yeah.
Just try to lame him to death.
Yeah.
But Happy just struck at perfectly the right time, delaying the expansion as he did, finding the hero kill, and somehow being able to trade favorably with a level 3 DK and a level 1 Lich against an entire Orc army.
It feels like, yeah, Infi defeated him with this style once, and Happy was like, okay, let me get my raincoat, this won't happen to me again, and since then he's so solid against this.
But the expansion is still standing for Kiwi. If he can hold here, maybe there's a chance. Hero levels are looking pretty sad though. Level 5-4 against 3-3, Lich close to 5 as well, by the way.
Yeah, it all started to spiral off control when the Farseer died. It just doesn't
Instant
have the
dispel on the entire scroll of speed, by the way.
Yeah.
I love the ghouls moving back and forth. Like going in, pull a bit of damage, going back. Going in, going back. Not just stupidly A-clicking in and feeding them away. And now the Undead with a tremendous supply lead of more than 30 seems to be closing out this game.
This must look so crazy in POV. How he controls these ghouls. So micro-intensive. 70 supply against 28. Kiwi is not giving this up as long as his Great Hall stands, but I guess it's just a matter of time. Still no solution to the destroyers.
Coil Nova's ready. That's a level 3 Coil Nova. GG.
That was rough. That was real rough. 15-minute game. Happy displays the top level of Warcraft 3 micro that is like somehow possible.
Yeah.
And we are kind of always surprised how that is possible.
And also in that game, going along with that was brilliant decision making. That harass at the natural gave him the opportunity to not be forced into a lame game. If the expansion comes up there, there's going to be constant run bys towards the main, over and over and over again. And Kiwi can play his kind of game that he was wanting to play. But Happy strikes at the perfect time. And yeah, game plan doesn't work out for Kiwi. I hope he goes back to his Headhunter style. Maybe that can work.
But isn't it again like a direct fight against Happy? Is that somehow working?
It is, but it's a kind of fight that Happy probably isn't too familiar with, and you're very familiar with.
Yeah, that might be right. Alright. We're in game again. Last Refuge is Kiwi's pick. Just outstanding. How is there progress in the second part of the grid, I wonder?
Starship defeated 4th and is now going up against Hawk.
Oh yeah, second semifinal then starting as well. We might be able to get game 2 or 3 later.
Is it not staggered?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, nice to see that the second half of the grid was able to catch up.
Yeah.
Happy now one step away from making it to the grand final, where it seems like he always finds himself, not just online, but also offline at WGL. He went there twice. He got grand final twice. But of course, it was Lin besting him, another Orc player. If Kiwi could do it as well, that would be quite insane. Kiwi already, I think, made a ton of fans today.
Absolutely.
But imagine if he comes back now into this.
Great Orc play displayed in the quarterfinal against Death Note. Let's not forget about that. But is that mountain a little too high to climb? It's already great to have him in the Final Four. I don't think anyone expected this. We were expecting names like Sonic, Terra, Side, all these guys. Hawk, of course, as well, who is in the semifinal. But Star-Shaped and Kiwi, great start into the Ryzing Star Cup series for them. Oh, score is wrong, sorry.
Update from the second semi, by the way. Hawk is leading with 1-0, as was kind of expected. Thank you, Styles, for the update.
Real nice. I think you can see quite some streamers doing that as well. So, seems like Discord works again, which is great. Thank you, Rushdown, for your Prime sub. We have KiWiKaKi from Canada in the bottom left of Last Refuge, with a Farseer opening once again. No early Warmill so far. Happy, of course, standard as it gets. Ted Fiend's build order DK start, and the Scout Acolyte, who gave him so much information in game 1.
I'm hoping we're going to see the Headhunter style here. I think this cheese just doesn't work against Happy. That's the unfortunate thing against Happy. Like, he's a micro god, but he's normally also cheese-proof. There was this one series where Infi was able to cheese him to death, but that happened only once.
Okay, heroes out. There is the Warmill once again. but attack as well. Very, very fast. Happy sees this build, can react to this build. Even saves the Acolyte for now, taking time off of that wolf. So what plan B does Kiwi have? We saw today a great mind for new strategies that we've not seen before. Unique. Of course, Happy saves this Acolyte, like not giving it to the cross here. So what is there?
I think he's gonna play very similar to the style that he played against Side. Go for this greedy tier 3 Headhunters, TC second, and Bloodlust probably. Try it. Maybe it works. Happy does have, without even comparison, the best Destroyer micro in the world. But, I mean, what else are you gonna play?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Liquid Fire Bats?
Please no.
Nice last hit by Happy. Good damage on the DK. And of course a little bit of stolen experience, but Happy gets the second Murloc as well. Quite an easy level 2 and a surround on the wolf. This guy is microing himself into a frenzy.
Yeah, normally he's practicing on netties. So compared to that, this ping of, what is it for him, like 60 or something, is feeling like heaven. And another wolf was given up. Happy seems to be very capable of dealing with his harass. And I wonder, the Farseer taking out the first little green camp, or the first couple of creeps, was that the right idea? That made the whole camp easier to take. Like, if you take the whole green camp, get the full experience, and then deny the level 2 level up ability for the DK, that's good. But that wasn't the case here. And we see grunts again, by the way.
Yeah. It's the same build, apparently, with a defense upgrade. And into Raiders, with a late second hero. Pretty much the exact build he played on CH. Again, not able to deny level 2 DK. Again, stuck on level 1. Last time he got 2 Fiends. Rather quick at early tier 2. What can he do now? DK, definitely an option. With some nice right clicks.
With 2 grunts and 3 armor on them, now a third one even coming in. Kiwi can actually trade really well, and that's the idea here. Push the undead back, force him low HP, force him away from the expansion, and then of course expand there.
Yeah.
With Raiders and Ensnare coming in, and Shadowhunter with Hex, there's gonna be map control on the Orc side for quite a while. As long as, hopefully, the Farseer doesn't die again.
Thank you. I am Fishy for the tier 1 sub. So Happy backs off, gives Kiwi some room to breathe, who creeps this expansion right away. More grunts, more raiders, skeleton scouts this, sees, okay, there's no shady lodge, no tier 3 tag happening. Is this late Shadowhunter? Is that really the way to go?
I think it's a nice mind game. Most undeads will be aware of the Shadowhunter timing, which is early on tier 2, so they're afraid and fall back. And that might be what happened to Happy. But that's actually not the way it is. So instead you can go for Raiders earlier, more of them, and also more grunts. Happy himself delayed the Lich for quite a while, so he wasn't eager at all to go for aggression early on tier 2. Skeleton Scouting is continuing to be pretty good over here. Trying to hide the peon from it. I think he just walked it back into range though. Like the vision lingers for a little while after something dies. So Happy should have seen that. But yeah, the Great Hall is coming up now. Still no Shadowhunt.
Yeah, that's so late. But it's a rushed expansion, I guess. 36 supply. Pretty much nothing. Does it work though? If it works, it might win him the game. If not, then it's a questionable choice. Farseer has great damage for some chip trades.
Now,
for Happy
Kiwi is at 39 out of 40, which means he has to wait for the expansion to get the second hero.
Yeah.
Is that even good enough? But what is the alternative? Playing Farseer solo? Not really a hero who can carry you single-handedly.
Well, with some run-bys or maybe invisible plays and then Chain Lightning, with this damage, plus 12, You should be able to get 1 or 2 acolytes or ghouls, rather. Happy, by the way, again, not going into frenzy ghouls this time, as he didn't lose a fiend.
Town is under siege.
Skeleton confirms the expansion, but will still go through. Fighting into Happy's base.
Yeah. Risky prospect. But even if no actual fighting happens, if Kiwi just keeps Happy from creeping, I think he's going to be fine with that. DK is level 3, yes, but Lich is level 1 only. 0 experience, which means no Nova. And when there's no Nova in the mix, it's way easier to micro.
And Expo's at 66%. Might this work? He's going for a second bestiary. He can go up to 50 now. He's still not producing a second hero.
Players' forces are under attack.
Plays the Farseer solo.
Yeah, Farseer solo, mass Grunts Raider, mass run by lane. And that might be the best way to play against Happy, actually. Because this time the expansion did come through. Happy didn't go for the fast Lich, didn't try to go for these cancels and stuff. Which I'm not sure was the right call. Happy went for a super fast tier 3 and Slaughterhouse, delaying the Lich for a long time. And we'll see if it works out for him. But it's a danger, definitely. Pit Lord! Second.
What?
Players' forces are under
What?
attack.
Howl can just be dispelled? So it's Rain of Fire?
Yeah, again, like, look at this Orc army. There's nothing that deals with destroyers.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pit Lord doesn't help with this.
I guess it's more damage against buildings with Rain of Fire.
Yeah, but it's Howl first.
It is Howl?
It's Howl and second skill must be Cleave, yeah. I don't
what's
really get the Howl.
What's Howl gonna do? Right. Good positioning by Kiwi, though. Run by. That's the name
Yep.
of the game.
Okay. That's his best shot. He's not to blame for trying it. 3 raiders. Like 6 grunts. That's so many.
Tinker third for
Tinker
Happy.
by Happy.
Town is under siege.
Oh, how cool is that? Pocket Factory,
forces
Tinker
are under
playing him
attack.
Dota style. And this army has to deal with Happy. Let's see how that works. Destroyer again. Wreck the grunts. 2 already dead. He can't
Look at the
even
melee
get one
units.
feed.
They're just
they're all
spurging
pumped
out.
up. Yeah, they're not made for a
Next.
fight. Howl is going through, actually.
It's a slaughter, though.
Yep.
Not a single fiend died yet. This one doesn't die either.
He knew that the chain lightning would be coming. He felt it somewhere. I don't know how, but he got the coil in time. Kiwi now goes for Bat Rider. 2 actually. Ooh, could have gotten the kill. But no.
Look at the
And yeah,
6 grunts for 0.
yeah.
0.
These grunts didn't do anything. He's going into Bat Riders now. Grunts and bats.
I mean, it's kind of like Knight's Gyros, but a little bit worse.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Apparently we don't have Web yet. This concave seems to be a little better. Oh, there's Web. Perfect timing for it. Can't go to the destroyer. Coil is ready. He takes out the bats easily. He doesn't have the numbers. He has nothing. That works.
Kiwi engaged way too early. He needed to keep on threatening the counterattack, but he was going in there pretty eagerly with that speed scroll, but just 0 DPS.
Yeah.
Nothing died.
And the Howl gets devoured constantly. These Raiders fall now thanks to the triple hero. More Clockwork Goblins who are really good against Raiders as well. And he
not
just
sure.
can't get kills. Oh my god, it's kind of starting to look sad because Happy is just so sick. Double kill on Raiders. Burrow is saving every single fiend.
He is our Emperor, and he's gonna continue marching forward with his conquest into the grand final of the Rising Star Cup 1. Happy! Of course he belongs there.
Yes.
Who else would be the first finalist? Congrats to him. And by the way, Hawk in the other semifinal won as well, so it's gonna be a Russian grand final between Hawk and Happy.
rematch of W League Grand Final as well. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. That is what we expect. The top 2 seeds meet each other in the Grand Final. Nonetheless, great run for Starshape, making a top 4. The series of the tournament by KiWiKaKi and Death Note, who deserve all the praise they have gotten today. And yeah, these two are the rising stars for now, for the semifinals. The two kind of new faces going so deep into this. And yeah, looking forward to the W3IL Clan War. Is Kiwi playing for Dust by any chance?
No, he's Root Gaming.
Ah, yeah, Root. I constantly mixed up these two. But all right. So we go into the best of 5 grand final, but since we are streaming for, 4 hours already, we will give a little time to our wonderful sponsor. AMD is sponsoring 4 cups here at every Saturday in December, $150 each. And today, so many people. We want to see you again trying next week on Saturday. We will be here again at 5 p.m. CET. The sign-up link is already open. It's rizingstar.backtowarcraft.com. Make this cup big. Make it a great successor for InCups and Jera Cups and all the glorious weekly cups we've had in Warcraft 3 history. Today was a great start, but, you know, what we need is endurance. And have the 3 digits next week again. So, with that being said, a little word from the sponsor, AMD, and we will be back with the grand final in just a few minutes.